doing some spring cleaning. Our own Hattie McLean is here to help. She joins us live from outside her home where she just got a garage makeover. So how did it go, Hattie?
Hey, Charlotte, it was a lot of work, but actually the end result was well worth all the work that we did. Jill and I are here this morning. This is Jill Annis. She's a professional organizer, and you were kind of helping me and guiding me through this process as we did it all. And did we see the before shot of the messy garage? Have we done that yet? All right, here's the before shot of the messy garage. And let's take a look at the final results. You can see a lot of improvement. We've improved many areas of the garage. We'll start on one side and tell you what we did so that you can kind of, if you're inspired to do this to your own garage, you have a good place to start. And Jill, talk a little bit about this just plain 2x4 that we attached to the garage. We used to have a plastic thing that held all of these, but it wasn't working. So
you don't have to necessarily go out and buy a garage organizer for shovels and rakes and garden equipment. You can just use a simple 2x4, pound it in the wall, make sure you find the studs, and then use these little sticky hooks that Hattie talked about last week that hold your shovels nice and steady. They're not going to fall off. And even nails.
We even just use a long nail to keep the shovels on the wall. So I can happily say
terrific.
That I've been able to open my car door, and I haven't been hit by a shovel in the last couple weeks. So that is a big improvement.
That's great.
Now let's come along here to this back corner of the garage. This was just a wasteland of a bunch of junk. And the before picture of this back corner of the garage, you can see everything is organized. The shelves are completely cluttered. There's paint cans everywhere, just a mishmash of stuff. The final result, we've cleaned up everything in the corner. We've clearly labeled some of the plastic bins. What were the goals of this area, Jill? We kind of sorted a lot.
Sorted, put your like things together. All your painting supplies, they're labeled, they're in a bin. Now you know where to find your painting supplies. They're not scattered throughout.
Project, it's just easy to grab the bin and go to wherever you're doing the painting project.
And it's covered, dust-free.
Exactly. We also purchased a cabinet with doors. You probably remember we had quite a few chemicals in the garage for gardening and whatnot. This way, they're all behind closed doors. We have the ability to lock them. It's away from the children, and I love this idea. Jill told me about this.
You can pull them out. You can find the cans of paint that are way in back, pull the bin out, reach in, pull out the can that you need.
Exactly.
So it's all contained.
A simple dish pan, and this really helps the shelves stay a little bit more organized.
And you've got it categorized again,
exactly.
like with like.
Everything's all organized. And the workbench, let's take a quick look at what the workbench looked like before we started. We couldn't even use the workbench. I mean, it was not even usable the way it was, but now we have clean space, which I think is the most important thing for any project. But we've also utilized the pegboard a little bit better. And tell me about some of the things that we did here. You had what are the tips here, Jill?
Yeah, again, you have like with like. You can find your things. They're hung up instead of laying all over the workbench. You have spots for them on the pegboard. Your tapes all together.
Exactly. That's how easy and simple is this. Simple peg for all the tapes. Now it's all sticking together. And the last corner we wanted to highlight was the corner where we had Miracle Grow sitting next to macaroni and cheese. But now we've cleaned that up. We've actually gotten rid of a few of our shelving segments. We found that when we sorted everything and cleaned it out, we could actually get rid of some shelves. And now what we have left, recycling bin, garbage can, and we actually have the space for the wagon where we can use it. Empty space in this garage, which is something I never would have thought we would have ever had.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with empty space.
No,
room to grow if you need it.
So real quick, let's talk about the steps for organizing a garage. We have a few seconds left.
Okay.
First, you want to sort everything, but then what?
Sort, put like with like, and then containerize and label, so you know where everything is. And the things you use most frequently, put them where you can reach them.
And that's called the prime real estate. Just an example. Something that's at eye level, things that you use quite a bit.
Right.
Keep those at eye level. Also, use the wall space. Think vertically when you're
walls,
in a garage.
rafters, ceilings.
Exactly. So, Jill, I want to thank you so much. And if you want to contact Jill or find an organizer in your area, we'll put a graphic up and show you how to get in touch with Jill or find any other organizer. Really was a great thing to just kind of help us get started and get us on the right path. So
thanks, Hattie. It was fun working with you.
Hopefully this garage will be partying in here all summer long. So Charlotte, we'll send it back to you.
Quite impressive. Now, Hattie, quickly, what happened to the high chair you had hanging on the wall?
Everybody's asking me about the high chair. You know, We cleaned things out. The high chair now has a spot in the basement in the storage room. So
Wow.
that is where it should be. It doesn't have to be dusty.
Okay.
We can use the garage.
I'm impressed. I'm going to be bugging you now for some tips to help me with my garage.
Yeah, I think a lot of people now have weekend plans.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Hattie.
You're welcome.
We will recap this morning's top stories next, and later we'll tell you why tears are shed following an accident on the Beltline yesterday.
Sure.